So far in my exploration of what I can do with the scroll saw, I've only made 2 puzzles. Now one is an absolute fail because the pieces are too intricate and the joints aren't great, so this one is actually glued together. So as a puzzle, it doesn't really do much, but it looks quite good. So I may well come back to that one at some point and try and re-engineer it so that I've got a puzzle that stands up like this and actually does what it's supposed to do. But that was my kind of second attempt at puzzle making. Our first attempt was a very simple chrysanthemum on some ply. Now this is a really easy puzzle to solve because it's fractal in its nature, so you can tell where the petals go by relative size. So it's much simpler than I was intending. I wanted something with a bit of difficulty. So that's what I'm going to go for. Now I've seen around some, they call them impossible puzzles, and they are pictures of things like Smarties or baked beans, where you've got a completely repeated pattern which is virtually impossible, so you're then working on the shape of the pieces instead. So that is what I'm going to try and work with. So yeah, back to the scroll saw. So after giving these pieces another coat of paint just to kind of finish them off, I'm fairly happy with this. The cut isn't great and there's quite a bit of slop here, but another thought I had was a puzzle that you could pick up and shake to prove that it all fits together. So I've been able to do this in practice, so let's try and do it on camera. Right. So just lift it upright and the pieces should stay together, should lock together quite well. And my intention is to have this hanging at some point. So it's solid enough and the joints are strong enough that it will stay together like that, which is pretty good. And this is a puzzle with no edge. So normally when you start a puzzle you start on the outside corners and work your way in, but this one is edgeless, which makes it more fun that way. And having only kind of a simple rule that the same colours don't touch. So that's kind of the only rule you've really got to work with. And that's quite an interesting one. It was a bit of a pig to make because I had to join some pallet wood to get a decent width of wood to work with. But as it goes, it's a pretty good one actually. Already tried it out on the family and then nicely frustrated, which is a good idea. So there's that one, and then there's this, which is kind of more of a callback to the Impossible puzzles with the baked beans or things like that. And this one's still fairly tight, so I need to really go in and give this a good sanding so that I can get all these pieces out easily. So ideally they want to fall out but not be too loose that they don't fit back in the appropriate places. And what I've done, oh I'm upside down, is just on the back I've stuck on a piece of card with the lyrics to Pink Floyd's The Wall. Just as kind of an aside with this one. I was debating whether or not to do an ivy pattern or something on top, but that would be kind of negate the whole purpose of this, is that it's a pattern that you can't copy. You can't follow the copy to find the picture, or follow the pattern to find the picture. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this one. Just needs a little bit more kind of finesse on the cut. But I think I was trying to do a lot of right angle cuts here, so that none of these are perfectly square, which also helps, because if they were perfectly square then it would be too easy to put it back together again. So they've all got that bit of handmade to them. So that is my 2 Impossible puzzles, and I'll see you next week.